Welcome back, all you beautiful, beautiful people out there. We are so stoked to finally be back with a brand new episode of the Way Late Bloomers podcast. This is our second Halloween special. This is something I've wanted to do for a while now. Unfortunately, with how things have went, it's taken a lot longer than we wanted to actually get it going. We've had so many hiccups over the last few months, whether it be getting together or just people going through personal stuff or dealing with stuff with work, you name it. It's just all been crap the last couple months. So yes, this is another Halloween special. We did one last year around this time, and it is still our number one most played episode. So thank you all so much for that. While that episode is a little bit longer, unfortunately, this one is just a little bit shorter. Unfortunately, Joey couldn't be with us on this one. He is going through some stuff right now personally that he's trying to deal with. And Spencer was on a bit of a time crunch. He had to be somewhere within like an hour and a half, 2 hours of us recording this. So he had to run 2 or 3 different places to get to his last location that he needed to be. So, with that being said, this almost didn't happen. We were supposed to do this the night before. Then we had plans to go to Scarowinds. You'll hear about that in the episode. And we were going to do it by the time we got back, but it was late as shit. We were all tired and exhausted, so it didn't happen. So, we're just grateful that this episode happened at all. And we're hoping that next time, all of us will be back together to do a proper episode with the three of us. It's just not the same without the three of us here. So I apologize for Joey not being here. Joey, I love you. If you're listening to this, I hope to see you again in the next one. So in this episode, we talk a little bit about some scary stories, like some ghost stories that we've had, like not really ghost stories, but maybe like some paranormal experiences we've had or creepy experiences we've had. Our favorite haunted attractions. We talk about the Scarowinds trip we took the night before. Talk about extreme haunted houses. And do a little bit of horror trivia, like in between. Me and Spencer talk about some of the horror movies we've seen this year, our experiences with that, and it's kind of mixed in a little bit with the horror trivia. So it's a pretty fun episode. We're so sorry that it's a little bit shorter, like I said before. There was a lot of stuff, more stuff that I wanted to get into that unfortunately we couldn't due to the time crunch and just how life goes. I was going to talk about more movies and more things like that, but, you know, it is what it is. I just want to thank every single one of you who have been super patient and super understanding with everything that is going on. I really wish I didn't have to have a normal job. I really wish the three of us didn't have to have a normal job so we could just record episodes and YouTube videos and all that stuff all the time so we could keep content coming out. So we really do appreciate the fact that you guys are so understanding that life can just take a shit on you at any given time. And that you're just cool with it. And that you stick around and you still wait for the content. Because it's been literally like a month. Yeah, like right at a month or almost like a month and a couple days since we've dropped something by the time this comes out. This is going to come out on Halloween. So with that being said, happy Halloween to all of you. I hope you guys have a safe one. I know it's on a Monday, which sucks ass. But regardless, I still hope you guys are able to do something, watch a horror movie, go to at least something, a haunted attraction, something. Just do something. Life's too short. Yeah, you might have to work today. You might have something to do. You know what? Life's too short. If you love Halloween like I do, go do something. You deserve it. Spoil yourself. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Before we get into the episode, as always, please share us around. If you haven't, please check out our Linktree because we have a ton of new platforms that we're on. We have 5 new platforms that we're on where you can find the podcast. I'm still waiting. It's almost been 3 to 4 weeks now. I'm still waiting to hear back from Pandora. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Every time I go check it out, it still says that they're reviewing the content, so I don't know how long that's going to take. But once I know something, you'll know something, I promise. Please give us a rating and drop a comment on the platforms because it helps us so much. And I know you guys are tired of hearing me say that, but please, it helps us so much. Same with YouTube. Please come over to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We try to do gaming videos there. It's been a while since we've done one. Last one we did was Hellseed. Check that one out if you haven't for Halloween. That's a good Halloween gaming video. I'll probably post that on Halloween as well. You guys blew that video up, so please keep that going, and please share it around, and please subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Like I said, it really, really, really helps us out so much. And yet again, last thing I want to say before we dive into it is, again, thank you to all of you. Like, truly, all of you have really kept us going between just your patience and understanding, and the fact that you guys do want more content, and the fact that we do get like some comments here and there about people really looking forward to the podcast and looking forward to videos and stuff like that, and how it helps them get through their day. All that means so much to us, and that's why we keep. Not only do we love it, but that's what keeps us. That's what keeps us doing it. We want to give this to all of you for that. So we're just happy that we can make somebody's day. So with that being said, again, happy Halloween. Be safe. Go do something fun tonight. Life's too short. Please enjoy the next episode, or should I say, the Halloween special number 2 of the Way Late Bloomers podcast. We are live.
Welcome. No, that wasn't Joey, but it sounded like him, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just me and Spence today. Joey's got some personal stuff he's got to take care of, so hopefully he'll be back on the next one. This is going to be a spooky Halloween edition. Since
10 minutes long tops.
Since we're pretty close to Halloween. And the episode, our first Halloween episode, is still our highest rated episode that we've done. So I just want to thank everybody for making that first Halloween episode our highest and best episode. So we thought we'd do another one because, fuck it. We saw a bunch of horror movies this year. Horror is dominating this year.
Horror is in the air.
And so yeah, we went to Scarewinds last night, Spence. I thought we'd talk a little bit about our experience doing that, and if you had fun doing it, and how was it for you?
Had fun going, not spending the money. Yeah, it was fun. We, some of the lines are a little long there, but we got most of the little horror mazes. We went through most of them, and yeah, they did a good job. The effects, they're short, of course, but the effects on all the props and everything is top notch.
Yeah, we had it was fun. I just wish they were open a little bit longer, because we were very like this. Mm-hmm. We had to hurry up and get to the next.
We had enough time to ride one roller coaster and 4 out of 5 mazes. So
we didn't really have time to really enjoy the park overall, like I would have liked to, because it was very fucking go, all that shit or whatever. So, but I had fun. It's the first time I've been in probably over a decade. So enjoyed the houses, enjoyed the mazes, enjoyed Gold Rush, the only roller coaster I feel safe on.
Yeah, hey man, that was still fun.
It was fun. Made somebody laugh. Shout out to whoever you are. You were cool. You put up with the 3 of us throughout the majority of that ride. So appreciate that. So, so I had a few questions. I know last time we talked about stuff, but I was like, have you ever? Do you ever have a favorite haunted attraction you've ever went to, like a particular house that ever stood out, or maze or cornfield or anything like that?
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit yesterday. There was one that Scarewinds did called the Toxic Trap years ago, probably at least 15 years ago or so, and I went, and I distinctly remember it because it was very scary. You walked through a small, narrow, gated area with smoke everywhere, and you couldn't see, and people would pop up at the gates. And my sister got so scared she had to be removed.
Wow.
From the maze. So that was a fun memory.
I don't know if I've done that one or ever did that one or not. I can't. It's not ringing a bell. But then again, it's been so long I can't remember.
It was like, what do you call that stuff? Like toxic waste.
Yeah.
Everywhere, and I guess zombie themed.
That's cool.
But it was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. I want to go back next year with y'all.
I do too. I wish we had time to do a few more this year or whatever. But
well, I'm thinking if we go back next year, we should plan to get a hotel maybe and do a 2-night one.
Get the fast pass.
No, not. I'm saying 2 nights.
We can do that. We can do that.
It's going to be cheaper to get a hotel and stay there than just do the fast pass.
They have a friend discount if you bring friends, but you got to bring a group of 15 people or more to get
We
the
will
discount.
never have that many friends.
Unless like a group of y'all just want to come out with us to scare.
That'd be crazy.
We could do a meet and greet at Scarewinds. Y'all come out and we get a big discount on everybody
Meet
getting
and
in.
greet. Get us a little kiosk there. Come see these YouTuber guys right here.
Yeah, there was one in particular I remember. I don't remember
Real quick, that's why I suggested the 2-night thing. That way we don't feel rushed. We can get everything.
That's how it was when I went to Universal Orlando. We had you bought one ticket. If you bought at the particular time, you bought the one ticket got you in for 2 nights.
Wow.
Which it was so massive, you had to have about 2 or 3 nights to actually, because the wait time for the house. There was a Stranger Things house there that I didn't even get to go in because the wait time was like always like 2.5 hours just to stand in line. I didn't even attempt to go through that one or try. But I was trying to say there was. Probably one of my favorite. I did enjoy the Universal Orlando thing I did a few years ago. That's probably my favorite thing that I've done. You would love that if you ever get a chance to take a road trip to Florida, bro. It is so like I think the ticket was like I bought the tickets pre-sale
like during Halloween or just in general.
It's I wouldn't mind doing it during normal times too because it's got a lot of movie related stuff. So I wouldn't mind doing it around that.
Why don't we maybe plan to do that next year?
I'd be down for that.
Might as well.
Save some money. See, it's good we're talking about it now.
You never save money.
Well, that way I can save some money. Start talking about it now. I can save some money.
I understand now.
It would be fun. I mean, I would love to do it again.
Welcome to Haddonfield.
I would love to do it again.
Got any deals?
In Haddonfield.
Yeah.
There was 2 in particular I remember that I did when I was little, and they were always in the middle of nowhere.
To the coast, a few laughs.
That I don't remember much about it, but I just remember my mom happened to randomly find it. It was off some dirt dead end road somewhere where
while y'all were just driving around,
we were looking for a place and just saw a sign for it. And it's like one of them ones where in a horror movie you'd be like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like, why would you do that?" But it was like literally in the middle of nowhere. Went out somewhere, and the only part of I remember the house being really good, but the only part I remember where there was this scene you went in, and there was this dude behind this jail cell, and then like he was sitting there. And all of a sudden, the strobe started going off, and then he turned into a werewolf, and the jail started moving closer, and he's like trying to get out of the jail, coming at you or whatever.
Oh,
That was really cool. They don't do haunted houses like they used to. Like
I know. I was gonna say too. Another one that stuck with me. I think the same year I went at Scarewinds for the Toxic Trap was a Carnival of Terror.
ooh, that's
I didn't
cool.
even go on it because I
That's
was
cool.
so scared.
I love clown
And
horror.
it was clowns with like chainsaws. Apparently,
Ooh,
yeah, that would have been good.
that would have been cool. I think it's so funny. I mean, I know it's a full blown phobia.
We should
People
start our own theme park
We could do that.
with horror mazes. The whole thing's a horror maze.
We could come up with some fucked up stuff.
That's true. We'll have to have waivers.
What I was gonna say, shit. I was like, yeah, I love clown horror. I know like it's a huge phobia of people. People just don't like clowns in general, but it's the perfect thing for horror. But
Or birthday parties.
true. People get freaked out at that too.
Or storm drains.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, especially now. I thought about when we have one little storm drain out here. I thought about when the first It movie came out, like going out there one night and just tying a red balloon on it and just see if it freaked people.
That'd be awesome. Or put like his demon hand coming up out of it.
That would be cool, like the big long, hand coming
You know,
out.
like
Or
there'd be a
whatever.
huge storm that washes away. Like fuck.
Too bad I couldn't like dress like a mannequin, like Georgie's looking down the thing like that at it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna do that one year. Put Georgie up somewhere. Have a little big quote thing next to him. You'll float too.
did you? I was one thing I was gonna ask. Like last night, did you find the houses at Scarewinds like scary? Like, did you find them enjoyably scary? Like, I had more fun than I
They're
was
not
scared.
scary to me. They're scary in presentation.
Fair.
They're
fair.
not scary to me in the fact that I know they can't touch me. And,
Yeah, that's fair.
and if I walk at a brisk pace, I can be through it in 2 minutes flat. But even with it, just the most disappointing thing about those is always your wait time is skewed way longer than your actual enjoyment time.
That's true.
And
That's
it's like that, but like I can appreciate even like a 5-minute walkthrough, the work people put in to make an environment like
I get that.
Because
I
some
totally
of the
get that.
visuals, I was paying attention to the visuals. There was like the first one we went in, the slaughterhouse, was like, there was like a pig's body sitting on the counter, and it had like a baby's head or something.
Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to do. I was
That
trying
kind of
trying to
grotesque
look for that.
stuff. Yeah, and some of those animatronic things were moving, like that big thing with the hands.
That was cool. That was
Yeah,
really cool.
that kind of stuff, that's awesome. And that is hard work, not to be taken lightly, you know? I don't like when people just say, oh, that sucked and stuff. Like, no, it didn't. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like that was what I was trying to do. I was trying to look at all the stuff in between, except for that time where I was in the back and I lost like you and Joey walking through, and I was like, oh fuck. So I was trying to focus on finding you. But that same house you were talking about that had the big hand, there was like something up in the corner. It was like this strobe light, like with like this witchy ghost thing, and that shit was terrifying. I was like, God. I was like, yeah, that's pretty.
and you know it's good when you see something laying there, you can't tell if it's a person or
Yep.
a mannequin.
That's
That
true.
happened in at least once in each one of them.
Yeah, because like I wasn't like full blown like terrified like I used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But like there is parts
I
that got
think
me.
Probably the slaughterhouse was my favorite one, I think.
I liked that one, and I did enjoy the last one we did, the Depths of Darkness.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that one a
That one
lot.
was good too. That one was super dark.
Yeah, it lived up to the name. That's for sure. That's
One
for
of them,
sure.
there was like things hanging from the ceiling. I kept getting smacked
That
in
was
the face
it?
with them. Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
one got me in the bridge of the nose,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
as soon as I said "ow," I heard Joey behind me be like, "Ow!" Fucking must have hit him too. And then of course it was
he screamed a couple times.
what was it when we were coming out of the slaughterhouse? The pig guy was like, "What are you looking at?" He goes, pigs."
Bro, I screamed more on the Gold Rush than I did the
That's
whole
fair, dude.
haunted
You
house.
killed me when we were going through that fucking turn where it looked like you're about to bash your head on the
Yeah.
thing, and you're like, "Don't extend your neck."
That comes from watching Hereditary.
Like, don't extend your neck.
Yeah. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. I was exhausted by the time I got
Yeah, it's
home
all the
because I
walking.
drove there and I worked earlier in the day.
Yeah, I think it's something about all the walking. Like I said, we had to like
Yeah.
all that. We couldn't really enjoy the whole park like I wanted to, but
That's why if we go again
Plan
next
it
year,
a little
right, do a 2-day thing where we can stay up there,
fine with me.
and then we have the opportunity to split it up. We can do all the haunted stuff one night.
True.
We can do all the roller coasters we want the next night. Or
True.
whatever.
I mean, that'd be cool with me. I'd be down for that. Like anything.
I hate those roller coasters when they go up super high and you have that like tension.
Yeah, I'm not a roller coaster guy.
But if you can get through that when it on the descent after the initial, we're gonna die, and then it catches you, that adrenaline, there's like nothing like it.
My thing, dude, is like, it's just the hill part, like going down the hill, like the part where I have no control over my body.
I hate going up the hills more.
that too.
That's worse
That
to me.
too, because the building tension to me. I'm like the whole time I'm like panicking, already in panic
Because
mode.
when you're going down, you can close your eyes if you want to, and it's just going to
Not
be
me.
over.
I can't. Because my body doesn't know what to do, so I literally just start slamming the fucking. It's like my body doesn't know how to handle the situation.
So we'll need to bring another person and not allow them to have any fun because they don't let you take bags in, so we need somebody to like put your wallet and keys on and everything.
That way you can
between
just
each
give him
ride.
your cup that you had to carry around all night last night.
Right. Now, I see how it would be rather unfair to have somebody pay the ticket to do that. So what we could do is just bring an extra person, just alternate. Somebody stays off a ride every now and then just to hold everything. Because I don't trust people. I don't want to put
I
nothing
get that.
down.
That's fair. I get that. That's like when
Now, the one we rode, I didn't have to worry about my keys and stuff coming out of my pockets.
yeah, because you were there. That's like when she told me to take my glasses off. She's like, just put them in your pocket. I was like, how?
Yeah, true.
I can't. I was like, I'm not even sitting. My ass cheeks aren't even fitting in this thing. How the hell am I going to fit it in my pocket?
Were you a little apprehensive for the Gold Rush?
No, I was looking forward to it, but it's like when we got off of it, it's like I told you and Joey, I was like, dude, I don't remember it being that intense, but it's probably just because I'm older
Yeah,
now.
it
And I was like, God,
it was
damn.
intense, man. It was fun. Yeah, I
I
liked
was
it.
like, son of a bitch. I was like, I don't remember that much whiplash, but it's still
Son
part
of
of
a
the fun.
biscuit.
It's all part of the fun of it.
Is that why your neck's hurting, you think?
Well, that and I slept on it wrong last night. So I woke up and I was like, ow. It could be part of the Gold Rush thing too. It wouldn't surprise me. That's about how my luck goes anyway. But have But yeah, I think I'd love to go back again. Like I said, that's the first time I've been in probably a decade, if not longer.
Definitely.
So that's one thing I would love to do again. My other question was, have you ever been to a legit haunted house? Like ever been to or been anywhere that's actually, before I ask that, have you ever had any paranormal experiences? Like something that's kind of unexplainable that you were like, kind of creeped, maybe not creeped you out, but just something you couldn't explain?
Not that I can remember. Everything, like something will happen maybe, and then I'll figure out the logical reason why it was happening. But yeah, never nothing that I couldn't explain.
I have one in particular. My cousin actually, she's got a lot of good stories about a house that her boyfriend used to live in. She's told me some of the stories, and that's some freaky ass shit. But one I remember being at the house I used to live in. I remember me and a friend was hanging out. This was like in high school, middle school, somewhere in there, and like it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and right where the living room was, there was a big porch. Right where the living room was, and all of a sudden you could just hear like heavy footsteps, like somebody just walking across the porch, and we were like, okay, and then like we kind of waited by the door, and we could still hear him, and then so I had him. When I told him I was going to rip the door open, he's going to flip the light on, so we did it, and of course there was nothing there, but still, I don't know what.
It'd be wild if you caught something.
That was.
The ghost turns out. Oh shit! I'm supposed to be gone by now.
That's the creepiest thing I've experienced. And I've been in a legit haunted house before.
Now, part of me kind of wants to do something like that one day, but
I'm just so skeptical some shit's gonna follow me home, and I don't need any more issues. Have I got enough issues?
Well, if something follows me home, it'll leave right as soon as it comes. Once it sees my life. Just kidding.
I've got, like I said, I've got so many problems. I don't need to add a fucking ghost to it on top
I feel
of
like
it, or a demon.
I feel like as long as you don't mess with a Ouija board, like you'll be fine.
Fuck that. Never done that. Never gonna do that. I don't give a fuck what. I'm not doing it.
I don't see how they can sell them in
kids'
stores.
toys.
Right.
Someone's like fucking sell them at Barnes and Noble, and
I wonder why we got demons running around everywhere.
Sell them everywhere. They used to sell them at Toys R Us and Target. And all. I'm like, you market this as a kid's toy? I'm like, you're fucking. I'm like, okay.
That's like selling murder kits or something. I don't know. Like, it's just like you're inviting a bad thing to happen.
Yeah, because
and worse, you're profiting off of perhaps.
Yeah, Hasbro. Yeah, what the fuck? Because it's like one of them things. You know, I've watched so much shit where it's like if you unleash something, you have to do all this shit to get rid of it. And it's like that's just too much work. Just don't fucking play with a Ouija board.
According to movies, you have to do so much shit to get rid of it, but do you ever really get rid of something if in real life? Like,
I think it depends. It might depend on the situation.
What it is, I guess so, yeah.
If it's something non-demonic, I think it'd be easier to...
Is that your gloves you got from Halloween's?
Right there? Yeah, that's it.
It's pretty bad. You had nowhere else to put them but in a lamp.
Well, I thought it was cool having the claws come out of the...
It is cool, but... There isn't anywhere else you could put it, is there? I'm just messing.
Don't judge me. I think, yeah, and like the other place, I have actually been in a legit haunted house. I didn't experience anything when I was in the haunted house, but it had this overall creepy ass,
a dreadful vibe.
Yeah, it did. Like you went up to we got to see the attic and the upstairs and shit, and I was just like something where you're like,
attic, like a drug addict.
He was hanging out in the house. Yeah.
He was upstairs. That's where all the creepy sounds were coming from.
Well, they claimed that nobody could move into the. I said everybody that lived in the house heard like footsteps upstairs and like walkers and shit like that.
Yeah,
and it was creepy. Like I said, it just had that vibe where you're like, there's something's not like you go home to your place and you're like, no, okay, the vibe's not so bad here. But you go to like, it's just, it was a real heavy atmosphere. And you're like, I was so like unnerved the whole time I was in that.
You know, the most unnerving thing to me is like, you've seen Unsolved Mysteries. Mm-hmm. You know the little piano score they play?
Dude.
That messes with me.
Dude.
Especially after, like, when I'm...
You're not kidding. I'm 100 fuck... When I was a kid and used to watch the original Unsolved Mysteries, the theme would fuck you up more than the episode.
Yeah. I watched it, and it would creep me out, and I'm like, okay, I'll just watch the episode. And then after the episode, they play it at the end,
And that's the shit that stays with you.
Yeah,
You start
yeah.
thinking about that music with the
Well,
episode,
by
and you're
the
like,
time I
what the
finish
fuck?
that episode, it's dead of night, and I'm ready to go to bed. And I'm just like, shit. Now I got to watch a comedy for like 20 minutes. Just got to get this
go
out.
watch fucking Barney's World or something for an episode of that. Get to counter it out. I haven't got a
And
chance.
the reason that's so scary because like that combined with the fact that the show's based on stuff they never solved,
Yep.
and also it's like murders and stuff,
Yep.
and that really happens. That
Yep.
there's undeniable proof. Like
Yep. And it can
So-
happen to anybody at any given time. So
that's
you're
right.
like,
unless you're already dead.
that's true. Plus, you live kind of away from stuff. I'm not saying you live like out in the middle of the fucking boonies on your own or anything, but you live like,
You talking about me specifically?
yeah, like you live like
True. In storm
down
drains.
down
Yeah.
off the road away from a bunch of shit.
That's
so
true. You know what would
creepy.
be crazy if there was some way to contact the dead, like legitly.
supposedly
I wonder how many like murders you could solve.
there's a lot of
Wouldn't
people.
that be wild to think about?
There's a lot of people that claim they solved murders that way. That they either had like a
I meant some kind of like worldwide phenomenon, like bring something that belonged to the murder victim, you sit in this phone booth type thing, and all of a sudden you can contact them, almost like calling somebody on the phone. Hey, how's it going, brother?
that sounds like a really like creepy, and it almost is like a creepy like Twilight Zone episode
Yeah.
from back in the day. That would be cool though. Well, dude, there's people. There was a whole like when this new Unsolved Mysteries stuff come out on Netflix. There's a whole subreddit page that people got on there and tried to figure out the mysteries, like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you know.
And those
A lot of them people that end up solving them that way too.
what I would recommend, mute this opening score, then watch the episodes. They're really good.
Yeah, I have not watched any. All 9 episodes of the third season should be streaming now. Yeah, you've watched the season 3 of all the episodes should be on.
Not
there
all of them.
by
I'm
now.
halfway through the second one.
Yeah, I was waiting until they were all on there so I could binge watch them. So the ones you have
So
watched,
those to me, I can't watch a lot of those in order. I get super paranoid.
yeah, like
Same thing with like Forensic Files and
yeah, I was
stuff
gonna
like
say
that.
like you did for the forensic files.
Oh my god, dude, that was awful. But they're good, and they're like standalone things. It's not like a series. Like you can watch one.
Yeah, yeah, like
Every
they
now
don't
and then.
connect or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, like I watched. I don't want to spoil anything, but the second episode's about like aliens, and I'm only halfway through that because I don't believe in that as much as like paranormal stuff.
Fair.
But not to say that neither one's not untrue. I
that,
just think
yeah.
there's less. Now, as far as aliens goes, it is odd that when something happens like that, there's like tons of people that have a similar sighting
True.
in
True.
an area. Like, how do you cover that up? Let's just go around and pay people. Here, say this. We won't get this going. Like that's all I can think of. But like this is like back in the 50s or something.
There's
like,
there's really great documentaries out there that are like show you some convincing shit or like make some
you can
compelling
hear me,
arguments.
Kent. You can hear me.
Yeah.
Kent. Okay.
That makes some really
true.
compelling arguments where you're like,
Compel.
I think the whole thing with aliens are really cool. Like I think there is something out there. We just don't know about it, or
I think there's tons of stuff maybe out there, but
see how you feel about that is how I feel towards the whole Bigfoot phenomenon. Like I think the idea is cool.
my mom would disagree.
But I'm not fully fucking obsessed with it like a lot of people are. Where they're like, I have to find Bigfoot, or they watch all this stuff about Bigfoot. I mean, that's cool if that's your thing, but
Right.
I'm more into the paranormal and alien side of it than I am Bigfoot. I mean, it's cool. It's just a gorilla that's big. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like human. It's like human shaped or whatever. I'm like, cool. Like I don't know. I don't get it. But that's just me. Other thing I was gonna ask, there's people talking about haunted houses, like haunted attractions, not being so scary and stuff anymore as you're older. Would you ever in your life attempt one of the extreme haunted houses?
What does that mean?
There's so many. The one that comes to mind,
Is it like where they can touch you?
among other things, yeah.
What does that mean? They can sexually assault you?
Bro, there's a house in New York. I think it's in New York. It's called Blackout. It's called the Blackout Haunted House. Just go on YouTube and look up some shit about it. My cousin told me about it years ago. And I didn't think this shit was legit, but you have to sign a waiver and you have to go through it alone. And they give you a safe word in case you can't make it through. They can fucking do whatever they want to you. They can touch you, hit you, fucking make you eat shit that you don't want to eat.
I think I heard about that.
Fucking strip you naked at any points in time. Fucking, it's bad.
God.
Like, and then people sign the waivers and go through it because they want it. I could never do it.
I don't think I would do that.
I could never do it. I could
Yes,
never do
there's
it.
a certain level of fear there, but there's humiliation too. Like, what if you stripped them naked and then they like try to get me to eat a cockroach? I'm gonna be out.
They do. That's a cockroach is a thing.
Well, right. So,
So,
then,
I mean,
so
that's-
then I've got humiliated with naked, and then I didn't make it through. So
It's not like they send you out naked, but
I know that, but like, still,
There's one that's even worse than that. The documentary still might be on Netflix if you get a chance to check it out. It's called Extreme Haunters. And it's this little documentary about all these extreme haunted houses. There's one called like McCaney Manor, I think's the name of it.
yeah, that might be the one I was.
Bro, that one, like, that
That's
shit
in
is
California. I think.
unreal how that shit is. Like, dude, they flat out will pretty much almost like suffocate you and kill you and shit. And like, even when you say the safe word, they won't let you fucking out. You literally have to pass out or almost die to get out of the haunted house
How long do you have to stay in there?
until they're done. So like, you run through the whole house, but it's just this psychological, like, a torture mentally and physically, like abuse and all this shit you got to go through. And I'm like, why would you put yourself? I mean, I'll stick with the PG-13.
I've got enough traumas in my life. Yeah, I don't need more.
I'll stick with the PG-13 Mickey Mouse haunted houses before. I mean, like you said last night, they didn't fully scare me, but I got fully entertained out of it.
That's what it's
That's
for,
all I need.
Entertainment. I'm not signing up for torture.
That's all I need is the entertainment value. I don't want to be, walking through a haunted house naked and somebody make me drink some fucking period blood or some shit like that. I don't need that shit in my life. Like you said, I got
Golly.
enough fucking trauma in my life. I don't need random objects shoved into my fucking mouth at any given time.
Yeah.
All that
Mashed
shit.
potatoes.
I just don't need it. I was just curious if you would ever attempt
I don't
it.
think I would. Nah, it's not for me.
I'm curious if Joey
More
would.
power to those. I don't think so.
Fucking Joey would attempt it.
More power to those people who can do that or want to do that. Or,
I mean, I'm
or
all
don't have lasting effects from that.
Bro, I'm all for people like having this ability where they're like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. Like this adrenaline thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't have that shit where I'm like, yeah, I want
Where
to
I
be.
draw the line is like I'm not eating nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like
So you're okay with the naked part? You're just not gonna eat anything.
I could maybe deal with that. I'm not eating anything other than good old fashioned burgers.
That's fair. Because like I said, there's a whole thing on YouTube. If you get a chance to check it out, yeah, the Blackout Hunt. I think that one's in New York, and the McCaney Manor somewhere else. But if you check out that documentary on Netflix called Extreme Haunters, it goes through like a bunch of different ones. But I think the McCaney Manor one, it takes the cake for the worst. Because at least the Blackout one, if you say the safe word, they'll let you out. Fucking McCaney Manor, they're like, you're about to die, and you're yelling the safe word, and they're like, fuck you, and they just keep going with
I'm
it.
sure there was a safe word in H.H. Holmes's too.
Yeah, real quick, I did have a question I want to ask you that we didn't get to touch on last episode, the last Halloween episode. We never got into it. Hereditary, the movie, has come up a lot.
Oh yeah, the movies.
Well, I was going to save the whole movie thing till last, but I was just going to ask you about the Hereditary in general. Like, what about that movie actually got to you? Like, just like unnerved you to the point.
I think it's a combination of things. The score, the just unsettling, unnerving, like
nature of it?
sound jump scares and stuff. Like, yeah, and yeah, the nature of it, the plot, everything worked so well to like put you on the edge of your seat. Like, this is awful.
Would you say that's a movie that one of the movies like maybe that's ever got to you like that?
Yeah, it's definitely top 5 scariest movie I've ever seen. I would say easily, maybe even top 3.
I get that. Do you remember that scene in the movie where it's near the end of the movie where the son wakes up like out of the bed and it kind of does like a wide shot of the room, and it's like she's up in the corner of the room. It was so cool how many people when that movie came out didn't see her, or it took them a minute for their eyes to adjust that she was up there. Like the theater I was in,
Oh yeah,
it's like people started to slowly whisper, and you hear,
Yeah,
like they could notice her up there. I think that was fucking
yeah,
awesome.
and
how
then
they
she
did that.
acts like a trapeze artist and just yeah. Along came the spider across. Yeah, that I think we can do spoilers, right?
Yeah, it's an older movie. Yeah,
That the absolute shock, the fact that they almost made it center around the girl, and then the absolute shock of just taking her out like that.
Yeah, in such like a just way where you're like,
I think that gut punch made you vulnerable, and then the rest of the movie, how it plays out, just like constantly beats down your ability to like
it's so creepy. It's like
your
like,
ability to recover. You
I
can't
get that.
recover after.
Yeah, because it just gets darker and darker and
Right.
darker as it goes
Right.
on. And then it's like the initial shock too. I thought it's like once the head thing happens, like the theater I was in, everybody was like,
Yeah,
cause
most scary movies, you think like the final girl or dude or whatever, you know they're gonna live or they're gonna beat it or whatever, and I think that gives you some relief. There's none of that in this.
no,
Like there's no
even the ending. You're like, well, damn, okay,
man, dude, and also the naked people.
oh, yeah,
every
like the
now
cult
and-
member people or
Yeah,
whatever.
even before even the end of the movie, but sprinkled in and out.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like the unsettling imagery and things.
That's one of those movies where after you watch it, if you go back and watch
I got
it,
a similar feeling with Get Out,
fair. That's fair.
but in a different way.
Well, it's this Get Out is the same way as Hereditary, where it's one of them ones. If you go back and rewatch it 2 or 3 times, you start to pick up on stuff you missed
It's just
the first time.
It's unsettling.
And one of the scenes I was going to talk about real fast in Hereditary was the scene where, after the head situation, it just zooms in on the brother.
Yeah,
And he's just sitting there, like trying to calm. And it just shows him drive home, and you stay on him the whole time. And then it just shows him going to bed and just laying there, just stays on his face until you hear Toni Collette just screaming, and you're like, ugh, that's just
Yeah,
like you talk about.
dude.
You're like, oh, you're
he
like,
absolutely got taken for a ride.
you're like, oh,
And another scene that was one of my favorites was where he was in class, and you couldn't. They didn't show his face, but they show his hand fling up in the air, and the way it is, you just know he's fucked up.
his
looking.
face is all and doing that or whatever. Like he's almost like a seizure type,
Yes.
thing like that or whatever.
God, could you imagine being in that classroom, seeing somebody react like that? I'd be like,
like-
what the literal hell?
One of
And of course, her beating her head against the
bro.
Woo!
That where she's she's up in the attic, she's like chopping her, like cutting her head off with the piano
Yeah.
wire, just going back and forth.
And then
like
when
that.
she's up there in the corner, when you can actually see her when he comes downstairs.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That whole movie was like,
See, and it's been at least a year or two since I've seen that.
See, it's
and
cool that it stuck with you.
Right,
That's what
I
I'm
still
saying.
remember so many details that got me.
God, it makes me want to
And
watch
the
it again.
the headless corpse just floating over there into that
Oh
treehouse.
yeah. Toni Collette's headless body just floating up in the treehouse. You see, that was another thing too. It's like it was a real quick shot, but when he's up in the attic, he sees like his, grandma's decapitated body laying, like in a bowing position.
yeah.
And then he looks over and sees the naked cult people, and that's when he jumps out the window or whatever. But it's like there was a movie. Have you ever seen a movie? The only movie that I think that's ever physically bothered me. Have you ever seen a movie called Megan is Missing?
Uh-uh.
All right, it's like this found footage movie of this girl who gets a webcam who meets this dude online who
I may actually watch it one day, so
I'll keep the spoilers
Okay, yeah.
briefly in case nobody's ever seen it. But she meets a dude online, and of course his webcam is conveniently broken, so you never see the guy.
we forgot to say spoilers for the
I did. I said spoiler.
Oh,
warning.
did you? Okay.
Plus, on our artwork, I got a little spoiler thing for any of the
Okay.
movies that we discuss or whatever.
Perfect.
But in that movie, so eventually her friend keeps trying to tell her, don't do this, it's weird. So eventually her friend goes missing. So then it's on the friend or whatever. So then eventually the friend gets taken.
Yeah.
And it's the whole last 15 minutes of the movie. And I'm trying to tiptoe around it, but there's 2 particular scenes. There's one that involves like almost like a rape scenario. And it just stays on her face the whole time, and it is so uncomfortable.
Oh man.
And I won't give away the final shot, but the whole final, I'll just say it involves a, like one of those barrels, like you put like toxic waste or fucking burn trash or whatever in. I'll just say that's opened up, reveals something, and then it goes from there.
Gotcha.
And that whole thing, I was like, it didn't leave my mind after that. That's one that fuck, I haven't watched it since. That's
Now-
where I've been like,
Now, an underrated one we just recently watched was what was it called? The Wretched.
yeah, the one we watched on Netflix.
That was actually a nice twist,
Had a cool twist, to
twist
it.
movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
It was a really cool twist.
That one's worth a watch. I did want to touch on The Thing real quick. We
Go ahead.
haven't made an episode about that, but I
We
think we're
will.
going to
will.
because we're both huge fans of that show. Or not show,
show.
movie. Yeah.
Did you ever see the prequel to it?
Yes. Yep.
The thing that pisses me off about that
The
movie.
CGI.
Yes, they shot the whole movie with practical effects, like John Carpenter did,
Yeah.
and the studio's like, nah, fuck that, go back and CGI over it.
You have to go practical effects.
And I'm
with
like,
that.
what?
That is why that movie was so.
And it was hated at the time.
Apparently, there was a video game of it. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
I need to
Dude,
check that out.
dude, that movie almost tanked John Carpenter's career when it came out. Because critics and people hated it, and now it's become this most beloved
Thank
horror
God.
movie of
Yeah,
all time.
Dude, man, that was such ahead of its time. Honestly.
He took. Do you know the movie Christine that he did? It's based on the Stephen King movie about the car.
Yeah.
He took that movie to do After just because no one else would hire him, and then
That's
Christine became a beloved movie as well. But dude, yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing's always been a.
There's a movie called. Let's see. What is it called when you? Oh, Assimilate. It's called Assimilate.
I think I've ever seen
And
it.
it's I think it's called Assimilate, but I've seen it and it's similar to The Thing, and like there's I don't want to give too much away
Fair.
with that, but there's something changing people.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna have to show you that.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
We should watch that next.
I'm cool. That's cool. with
But
me.
yeah, it was good. I like any movie like that where it literally, that is the whole definition of unsettling, when you don't know who it is.
That's what I'm saying. You love like
That's why Scream's popular,
that's fair.
or part of why it is.
That's why I think you would love you seem to like body horror
I
style
love
thing.
body
And a
horror.
lot of people that's not their thing. Like, that's a big thing for them.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie that come out a few years ago?
Body horror video games too.
That's true.
I'm looking forward to Callisto Protocol.
That's going to be really cool.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that.
Go ahead.
A movie that come out, I think it was 2018 or 17. I got the movie of it. I bought it. The one Nicolas Cage did, the Color Out of Space.
I didn't see that, but I've heard about it, and yeah, I need to.
I would like to show that one to you because there's a particular scene in it that
With
reminds
the
me
mom
it's,
and the
it's
kid.
right out of The Thing.
Mom
Like
and the
you're like,
kid.
God
Yeah,
damn!
yeah,
You're
okay.
watching, you're like, holy shit!
Hell yeah!
Plus, the whole movie was trippy. It's based on H.P. Lovecraft, so the whole thing is like trippy as shit.
I
but
wish
the
I
whole,
could
whole movie
somehow.
is really good.
I wish I could somehow make like a Thing series.
That'd be awesome.
Could you imagine?
The budget would be unreal because if they stuck to practical effects,
Could you imagine like? Okay,
it'd be awesome though.
I don't know if you could do it with such a small space as like just an Arctic base, but what about like a Alaskan town or something? Like,
Ooh,
you see what I mean? Like
Ooh.
like a show.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like take how like they did in 30 Days of Night, where they're stuck in Alaska, but do it with The Thing.
Yes.
Like that would be really that would be kind of fucking awesome, dude. I'd be down for that. Speaking of, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, go ahead with what you was gonna say, but I was gonna talk about that movie we just recently seen.
I was just gonna say real fast. Speaking on the thing of John Carpenter, did you see where they approached him to make a Dead Space movie?
No,
Where he said
but
he would be interested in making a Dead Space
would
movie,
be sick.
and I was
dude.
like, "Fuck yes, sign him up now."
Speaking of Dead Space, I'm so disappointed in myself that it took me this long to start playing it.
It's okay.
Just started playing them. I already ran through the first and second one a couple months ago.
Fantastic games.
I'm trying to get through the third one with my brother, but he's difficult to tie down to get to play something. Also,
Such
bro,
great.
he fucks with me. He says, "Oh shit, I'm running out of oxygen," and he has plenty of oxygen. And I keep thinking we're gonna fail and have to restart. And the game is super glitchy.
Who's playing as Isaac?
I am,
Okay,
The
so
ga-
you gave your poor brother the more horrifics.
yeah. But the game's super glitchy, and sometimes we'll do something and it won't register we did it. Like it'll.
Yeah,
That's the only bad thing. But once we get through that, I'll be ready for Callisto.
I really hope
And Evil West. There's a couple other games coming out that I'm looking forward to.
I really hope. I know they're doing the remaster for the first Dead Space, but I really, really, really hope they remaster the second one. 'Cause
Second one.
I love
The second
love
one
the second
deserves
one.
it. The second one to me was harder.
God, I love the second one.
gameplay wise. The first one was
Some
more
of the
scary, I think.
some of the creatures they introduced in the second one, like the whole shit when you get into the nursery, always fucking
Yes.
scared the shit out of
Yep.
me. And those fuckers running on the walls, and you're wasting half your ammo trying to shoot them off the damn walls
Now,
and shit.
one of the most unsettling enemies was in the first one. I haven't seen them yet in the third one. They wasn't in the second one. Were the soldiers that were killed in that plane, that wreckage, and their bodies like morphed with the stasis, so they're like they're glitchy and run at you super fast. You have to freeze them.
I can't remember if they're in the third one or not.
I don't know, but those were unset. I would get so mad when they popped up on screen. I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Have you experienced anything pop up out of the snow at you yet in the third one?
Yeah, a couple times I think. Now the enemies I hated the most were I think they're called guardians. They're on the walls, and their tentacles come out, and then they shoot those little mini ones out. You know, it's like the half torso, and the dude's like screaming.
Yeah, I get that.
Because on the harder difficulties, you have to empty like a whole clip, and you're getting hit, the whole time. And also, the slashers, are not bad unless you face like the black versions
That's fair.
that are the demon-looking ones.
I think it's so funny that you said your brother is so scared of everything, and you gave him the fucking more horrific side of the game. Because if you play as Isaac, he's so used to it, so he don't experience half the shit that the other character does.
Oh, so he's seeing different stuff.
Like, what's the character's name? The second character? I can't remember.
Carver, something Carver. I
So
think.
Carver is experiencing it for the first time, so he's experiencing everything you did in the first two games. So if you play as Isaac, and then like you're playing with your brother side by side, your brother will see shit as Carver that Isaac won't see. Because Isaac is so used to the shit, it doesn't bother him at all.
Know that.
So you gave your brother the more horrific side of the game.
Well, on that note, we were playing on hard difficulty. We're moving it down to normal because
It's tough.
he sucks. he gets in my way every time I try to shoot something, and it's not his fault. It's just frustrating.
Poor kid.
And every time I get mad at something, he laughs about it. He laughs at my pain. And
That's what he's there for.
it makes me madder.
That's the whole point. That's what he's there for.
So we just recently seen a movie
I've seen a few movies.
that can be described in title as the opposite of a frown.
I was going to say, if you want to do this to save time, you know how you said we could intermingle cards
You want to do
in
a card
between?
real quick?
Here's what we're going to do. Okay, Spencer's got this trivia game. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of hard trivia in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few questions of trivia. And we're going to compete on here for everybody. And then after a few questions, we're going to talk about some horror movies that we've seen this year. And because Spencer's on a time crunch, so we're trying to just combine the shit together to make it more... plus, I think Joey came up with the idea to do a trivia thing like maybe last time. I can't fucking remember.
We'll sprinkle him in next time.
So
So we got 6 questions per card. We're going to see who wins the card. We each get asked 6, okay?
yes.
So the categories are paranormal, monster, gore/disturbing,
Interesting.
psychological, comedy, and slasher.
Okay.
So
I don't think we've ever had a disturbing category in any of the ones we've ever played.
Here is your paranormal question.
Okay.
What language does young Miles speak that suggests he may be a serial killer and reincarnated in The Prodigy?
Oh, fuck. Is that the one with Christopher Walken?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Shit, dude. What language?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Latin, is it?
No. That is Hungarian.
Yeah. It's been so long.
What kind of werewolves require a talisman? This is the monster question. What kind of werewolves require a talisman to change in the Dresden Files 2000 to current book series?
Fuck, I have no idea.
Yeah,
Never
I
read
don't
the
either.
book. Didn't even know that was a series. At all. I got nothing on that one.
Apparently the Hexen Wolves.
That's a new one for me, bro.
Okay, here is your question for gore disturbing. How does Constance kill the deformed twin attacking her in Just Before Dawn, 1981?
Say it one more time.
How does Constance kill the deformed twin attacking her in Just Before Dawn, 1981? Have you seen that?
Fuck. See, this game is going to out me because I'm like, you guys peg me as this huge horror
You are,
fan.
but it's got book questions too.
Fuck, it's going to out me. There's going to be people like, he's not a real true horror fan.
You're gonna get at least one right on this.
Fuck,
card.
dude, I don't know. I really can't. My mind's blanking. I really don't
The
know.
answer is her fist, apparently, which I did not know. Okay, well that's good for Constance, everyone. Here's your psychological.
Maggot.
What magazine originally serialized H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, 1936?
Is this a real magazine?
I guess so.
It's not Fangoria, is it?
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
Correct answer is Astounding Stories.
Fuck. Yeah, I had no idea.
didn't know that
just took
either.
a guess.
Okay, here's comedy. Which horror icon plays Leslie Vernon's therapist in Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon?
Oh, shit, dude. I fucking know this one.
I actually do know this one too.
Fuck.
I've seen
Is it Robert Englund?
it is.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank God.
Impressive. And the hardest question on here
Cool.
for Slasher.
Cool.
What camp did Jason Voorhees drown as a boy in Friday the 13th, 1980 to 2009 film series?
I don't know. Camp Camp Crystal Lake or Camp Blood, either one.
That is incorrect. The answer is Blood Fart Lake. Just kidding. So you got two. All right, let's see what I can get.
For paranormal, you have this is a Japanese movie. It's pretty good. It's creepy as fuck. In Pulse, what room is referenced on the crumpled printed paper found in the home of the victim?
What room?
Yes.
I don't know, but I'm gonna go with nursery.
It is the Forbidden Room.
Okay, I was gonna go either nursery or basement.
What German
Next one's monster.
Yes. What German electronic band composed the music for Near Dark in 1987? Damn, I didn't even know that.
I'm gonna guess Rammstein.
No. It's Tangerine Dream.
That's the only German band I know. Darn it.
What's
Next is gore. Disturbing.
In Martyrs, I want to talk about this movie before this is over. This is probably the other most fucked up, besides Terrifier 2. This is probably the most fucked up. In Martyrs, it's a French movie, 2008. What is the title of the leader of the sinister organization?
The title of the leader?
Yeah. Think of it's pretty common. Like,
Pastor?
no, it's pretty. I'm trying to. It's a woman. I'll give you that. Like, what do you say? Like,
Vice President.
like some people say it, be like, oh, pardon me,
Ma'am?
you're on the right track.
Madame?
You're close. You're getting there.
Milady.
It's in that. You're in the right lane,
Well, I've already lost the card, so just tell me. Or that.
Mademoiselle.
Oh, okay. Next is psychological.
What Prison Break actor wrote the screenplay for Stalker 2013?
Prison Break actor.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even know that.
It's got to be...
Damn, I didn't know that.
Is it Wentworth Miller?
Got it.
Let's go. I couldn't think of the other guy's name in that show, but that's one of my favorite shows.
In Slither,
This is comedy?
yes. In Slither 2006, the parasite that infects the giant. What the fuck? Sorry, the lighting in here is terrible. The parasite that infects Grant. Or wait, what the fuck?
That's his name, yeah.
Grant?
Yeah.
Or what kind of creatures?
Or what kind of creatures?
Yeah. Yeah, what kind of
Like
creatures?
alien?
Well, yeah, you're on the right, but alien what?
Slugs?
Yeah.
Okay, we're tied. I gotta get this one. Slasher.
Oh, you should get this one, no problem. What are the 7 deadly sins used in to commit the murders in 1995?
Sloth,
Yes.
lust,
Yes.
greed,
Yes.
gluttony,
Yes.
pride,
Yep. 2 more.
envy,
Yep.
and
One more.
Like Wrath.
Boom.
Yeah.
Got it.
Let's go.
Got it. All right. Now let's talk about a movie we've seen real fast. So yeah, me and Spencer went to go see Smile.
We're gonna do 5. We'll do 5 cards.
Okay.
So you gets.
We went to go see Smile in September. Yeah. We saw it the first weekend, right? Yeah, we did because we saw it in the Dolby.
Yeah.
What did you think of your initial reactions to Smile?
It was good. It was really good. It was unsettling.
Yeah.
It had a similar feel to like Hereditary, stuff like that.
I have to say, yeah, going into that movie, when I first saw the trailers, I was like, this movie's going to either suck ass or... Because it looked really generic.
I was frowning at the beginning, smiled at the end.
Because I was like, this could either be super generic or it's going to suck ass. So I was like, I don't know which way this... Plus, it reminded me of that movie that came out a couple years ago called Truth or Dare, which kind of sucked, but...
And I even brought this up during the movie. It reminded me a lot of Drag Me to Hell, that movie.
Yeah.
In some instances. I don't want to give too much away there, but...
I've heard people compare it to Drag Me to Hell, The Ring, what else was it? There was another big one. The Grudge and something else. Something they all compared it to. Which I could see all those.
There's not... Sometimes it's not worth it going to theaters, but this one was.
I think for the sound design alone in this movie. Because I even looked at Spencer at one point and I was like, dude, the sound design and the score.
And the visuals, because they had things upside down a lot.
That's true.
And
it was very unique how they did some of the shots and the cinematography, how they did
almost like playing
stuff.
Off like the upside down of a smile is like a frown.
That's cool. That's a cool way of looking at it. There's 2 moments in this movie.
It Follows.
That's the other one. Yes, It Follows. There's 2 moments in this movie that my jaw was hanging wide open. One is near the beginning and one is near the end. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's a great shot too. And
Great Scott.
This is the only, it's not really a spoiler because you know that something's following people in the movie, but there's a great shot in the movie. Do you remember when the client kills herself, which is also not a spoilers in the trailer, but she kills herself and she's in her kitchen later on that night. She's replaying the tape over and over again.
Yeah.
And then she goes to get a drink. She looks over and you can barely see her standing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a great shot. I thought that was a fantastic fucking shot.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
creepy as hell.
It did a great job of
it
did a great job of letting you sink into it's okay, nothing's gonna happen. Then something happens.
Averts your expectations really well.
And the entity
I didn't see coming.
The entity gives you. I'm gonna go even farther and say some It vibes from chapter 2.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that for real.
Yeah.
It's very unique looking. I was like, what the fuck? Even the whole third act sequence is
even
really cool.
Wreck vibes.
Yeah, that's fair. There's another movie that reminds me of the creature from Wreck that I'll talk about later. But
I don't want to give too much more away because I want people to actually see this and not be spoiled. But it's definitely worth a viewing.
It is. If you get the chance, go see it in the theater just for the sound design alone.
Or if you have a cuddle buddy, you could do that and just watch it on the couch. That's a good one for that.
If you got surround sound, crank that shit up for this one because, I said, the shit is fucking unreal for this movie. It was worth the theater. The theater experience was cool too because you had people talking and laughing and reacting to the movie, which I thought was really cool. So it made it work. Plus, we went to go see it. It was a shitty, dark, stormy night when we went to go see it, so that added to the effect of it. Overall, the acting was really good. The main girl, I didn't know this. The main girl that's in the movie, that's actually Kevin Bacon's daughter. I did not know that.
Oh,
the psychiatrist.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, huh.
Why isn't her last name Bacon?
It was. It says Sophie, I can't remember her name. Something Bacon.
Huh.
But yeah. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, highly recommend Smile. It's really fucking good.
For this card, I'm gonna let you read mine first. That way you have a chance to catch up.
Oh, okay.
Alternate.
All right. So the next on
card number 2
trivia game here. Okay, you got another one for Pulse.
God damn it.
What type of supernatural entities are lurking within the computer screens in Pulse? Oh, it's real simple.
Poltergeist?
I'll give it to you. It's Ghost. Same fucking thing. Same thing. What's next? Monster?
Yep.
What actor portrayed the vicious vampire Severin in Near Dark? Oh, great actor.
Actor.
He's not with us
Severin?
anymore. Yeah, he died a few years ago.
When was the movie made?
87, I think. Yes, 87. He's been in so much shit, dude.
Patrick Swayze?
No,
Who was it?
Bill Paxton.
He just died this year, didn't he?
It was either this year, it was a couple years ago, I
Within the
think.
last calendar year.
Goddamn, got another martyrs question, too.
Jesus.
The so-called martyrs are meant to reveal the secrets of what to the sinister organization and martyrs.
Reveal secret
Well, it's hard to
plans.
know that. It's hard to know that because you've never seen the movie.
Right. Plans. It's okay. Just say it. I don't know.
It's the afterlife.
Oh, okay.
In Stalker, damn, you got another one. That the same, what's his name from Prison Break wrote.
Psychological. Okay.
In Stalker 2013, which character is not a victim of Charlie Stoker? Richard Stoker, Evelyn Stoker, Gwendolyn Stoker, or Mrs. Garrick? Gave you
I almost want to say Mrs. Garrick, but that seems too obvious because she doesn't fit. Will you read them one more time?
Yes, you have Richard Stoker, Evelyn Stoker, Gwendolyn Stoker, or Mrs. McGarrett.
I'm going to go. I've never seen the movie. It sounds like it's a guy doing it. I'm going to go with Richard because I think he is this.
It's actually Evelyn.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy. All right, what was the next
Comedy.
one? Oh, you should know this one. At what university are the characters in Evil Dead students?
What university?
Yeah, it's pretty
The
cool.
new Evil Dead?
No, the original.
Is it a real university?
I think so. Pretty sure it is.
Princeton?
No, it's Michigan State.
It is, yeah.
And last one. Oh, damn, you got another 7 question. Wow. At the end of 7, the head of what actress is in the box?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Boom.
It doesn't even show that, but that'd have been wild if it did. I think it's part of why it was freaky, because
Well, they always say what you think in your mind is scarier than what they can actually show you.
I got 2 on that one, so you just got to beat 2.
Okay? Don't hold your breath.
Paranormal. What is the name of the mansion in The Legend of Hill House, 1973?
Legend of Hill House, 1973. Oh, fuck. Shit, dude. I can't remember that at all. Is it something Manor?
No.
Fuck. I got nothing.
Belasco House.
Fuck. All right.
This one's going to be a hard card for you to win, unfortunately. What creatures does Godzilla fight in Godzilla 2014?
Oh, God. I've only seen that movie one time.
Me too.
Is it? No, Mothra doesn't come into the next one. Oh, fuck. Did I suck at Godzilla?
I'll give you a hint. Their name's like an acronym.
I'm not a huge Godzilla fan.
Didn't know he was horror.
It's not Mecha. That's in the second one, too.
By the way, that was awesome how they did him.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And King Ghidorah.
Fuck, dude. I'm terrible at
All right, just guess.
Godzilla.
It's okay.
I'm trying to think of the damn monsters that he fights. Mothra is the only one that fucking I know of off the top of my head, but that's not until the second one. Yeah, dude, I got nothing.
So you were close. It starts with an M. They're called mutos,
Yes, I'm not a King Kong.
or a massive unidentified terrestrial organism.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge Godzilla person. Not my thing.
All right. For gore disturbing, what is the name of the butcher Leon has to replace in the Midnight Meat Train 2008?
Oh, dude, I just watched that not too long ago. I know who's in it, but I can't remember the guy's name. Is that Leon? That's the guy that Bradley Cooper plays.
I guess so. I've never seen it either, but I know who's in
It's pretty fucking cool. It's creepy as shit too.
it. I guess it would be Vinnie Jones's character.
Yeah, that's him. But I can't think of what the fuck his name was. It's not called just the Butcher, is it? Fuck yeah, I got nothing. I can't think of his
It's
name.
actually a type of wood.
Type of wood.
I'll give you credit if you can get it.
It's just one word, and it's a type of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Driftwood.
Correct answer is mahogany.
Mahogany. Cool.
That's crazy. So Psychological. What is unusual about how Steven Soderbergh's film...
Soderbergh.
Yeah, Unsane 2018 was shot. What was unusual about it?
He filmed it on an iPhone 6.
It was all shot on an iPhone camera. That's correct. What is the name of the giant marionette in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, 1988?
The name of the giant... God, dude, I love that fucking movie, too. Dude, this sucks, because the fact that I think we're recording makes it even worse, because, like, I can't remember shit.
So obscure, yeah.
Dude, when we're playing with nothing, I can remember the shit like that. But now it's like I'm on air, and everyone's like... It's like I feel so much more pressure.
Forget about that.
I just feel so much more pressure. Fuck, dude. What was it again? The giant marionette?
Yeah, what was the name? I'll give you credit if you can at least get part of it.
How many words is it?
3.
Is the first one the?
D is in the middle. Something to something.
Oh, shit, bro. I'm blanking. I got nothing.
It's JoJo the Clownzilla.
Yeah.
You think Joey would have got that?
He might have. He's a huge killer clown person.
All right, last one for Slasher. You got to get this one tie. Who was Marie in love with that caused her to kill her friend's family in High Tension 2003? Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's a French film, I think, or it's a foreign film. I know that. Remember what the twist was. Who was she in love with?
Mm-hmm.
I know it was a girl, but I can't remember what the fuck her name was. I really can't. I can't remember what the fuck her name was.
Correct answer is Alex.
Okay. See, it's been a long fucking time.
Both of your cards have been pretty... Well, mine have been difficult too, but I got lucky with a couple questions.
All right. You want to jump into Terrifier?
Yeah. Well, let's do one more card real quick,
Okay.
and then we'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do yours this time first.
Okay.
All right. Paranormal.
It's not going well.
Who sacrificed herself to keep the ghostly Diana from killing her daughter in Lights Out 2016?
Who sacrificed herself?
a good
It was the mom, wasn't it?
It's asking for her name, which is
Fuck, I don't know that.
fucked up, yeah.
I don't remember her name. I just remember it was the mom.
And you've watched this twice together.
Yeah, the mom. That's
I'm
the final answer.
I'll give you credit for the mom. Her name's Sophie, but I didn't even remember
I remember the
that.
actress, but I don't remember.
I didn't even remember that. I'm going to give you credit.
I remember the actress, but, not the name.
Yeah, for Monster. Hold on. Yeah, for Monster. What creature is known as Monster Zero in both the classic and modern Godzilla?
I keep getting Godzilla questions.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea. I'm not huge on Godzilla. Honestly, don't know.
Just take a guess. It's somebody who's already been mentioned.
Mothra. Mecha Godzilla.
No.
King Ghidorah.
The correct answer is King Ghidorah. Yeah, I was gonna say I mentioned him. All right, who drops Tom into the saw machine in Slaughterhouse, 1987?
Fuck, dude, I just watched that too not too long ago. It's the first time I've ever seen it though.
Slaughterhouse. Scare wins.
Fuck, I can't remember. I was gonna say I just don't want to waste so many people's time trying to sit here and guess it forever because I really don't remember.
Of it. We're wasting their time today. Correct answer is Buddy Bacon. Whoever name is that. These are hard questions.
Yeah.
But they're not like the ones on the game we played with you were pretty easy, most of them.
Yeah, I need to play those again too.
This is a good challenge. What is the name of the retirement home terrorized by the titular mummy in Bubba Hotep 2002?
I have no fucking idea.
Have you seen that?
No. Not.
Shady Rest Retirement Home. I guess we need to watch that sometime.
Shady Rest Retirement.
All right. Let's see if we can get this one. What game did the women play to try and force Danielle to confess to bullying others in Into the Dark, 2018 current?
Into the Dark.
It's a show, I guess.
I've never seen it either. What game? Hide and seek.
That is incorrect. It is Never Have I Ever.
Fuck. Okay.
So, all right. I got to get 2 of these to win this next card.
Okay.
And then we'll get into Terrifier a little bit.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. Well, I actually knew 3 of these. God damn it. In The Devil's Backbone, what type of what the hell? What type of weapon rests nose down in the courtyard at the orphanage?
What type of weapon?
Yeah.
Nose. What type of weapon has a nose?
Yeah. What type of undischarged weapon rests nose down in the courtyard of the orphanage?
Undischarged weapon. A shotgun?
It'd be an undischarged bomb.
Okay.
All right.
That was gay.
I wish I'd have got this question. Who directed Near Dark?
Didn't we just...
She's directed a bunch of bigger movies now. She also did Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker.
Danielle something. I don't know.
It is Catherine Bigelow.
Okay.
Um,
Bigelow Schmigelo.
What actress appeared in the dual roles of Katina and holy fucking shit, Princess Asia in Black Sunday Italian? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
What, actress?
Yes. It came out in the 1960s. It's a Giallo film.
1960s. That pretty much narrows it down in my mind to no one I can think of. Let's see. I'm going to say...
She's got a pretty common name.
I'm going to say Judy Garland.
It's Barbara Steele, but good guess.
Okay. I ain't got one yet.
What Korean filmmaker directed Stoker 2013?
Korean film.
I don't know if you'll get this one or not.
Hideki Okami.
That's a good guess. Park Chan-wook.
My God. 2 left. I gotta get both of them right to win.
You should. What horror novelist helped Evil Dead acquire a distributor? Famous as fuck.
Stephen King.
Boom. Got it.
Perfect.
Who directed Seven? It's one of my favorite directors of all time. I think I got...
Quentin Tarantino?
No, is David Fincher. He also did Zodiac and...
Fucking fuck.
I think we switched piles of cards. These are the ones I need.
So
Fuck!
I still only got 2. Yeah, don't... My cards!
Fuck.
So
we saw this little gym.
Yeah, that was when we was gym mining, though. Tell them about the movie.
I want to talk about the quartz and the amphis that we found.
Yes.
All right, so Terrifier a few years ago, back when it came out, the first one, like, fully swept like the horror community as this thing. And I'll be fully honest with you.
Transparent.
When I first saw it, I was like, it's all right. I was like, it's like a 70s grindhouse style movie. I was like, it's all right. I didn't mind it. I was like, it's pretty cool. Art the Clown, pretty cool. The second one, though, I absolutely fucking loved it. I had such a fucking blast with the second one. I showed Spencer the first one the week before because he's never seen it. What'd you think of the first one?
What I think of the first one.
Because you never seen it.
It was very graphic.
Little did we know.
Yeah. Very graphic, but unsettling. It was funny, some of the stuff that happened, but...
Yeah, that when the first one came out, everyone's like, dude, Art the Clown is the next horror icon, but I think the second one really solidified it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's solidified, especially, with the whole supernatural theme now.
So, we're going to...
One of the things that I love is, like, the gurgling effects. And they're just funny to me, like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like there's one guy in the second one that literally half the time that he's on screen's like...
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this movie, legit, I've seen before leading up to the week. This movie premiered at Fantastic Fest. So did Smile in Texas. But this movie, leading up to it, there was people talking about how they were fainting, getting sick, throwing up, and just walking out of the theater, which made me so much more intrigued to go see it. So there was only one theater at the time that was showing this movie. Me and Spence went up to Mooresville to go see it. And as the time got closer, it was like this fucking packed house. And we had a cool experience. We'll talk about it here in a minute. But it's like, as for the movie, between the movie experience, the people in the theater like laughing and getting into it, and the oohs and ahs and all that stuff, and seeing it with Spencer and like being able to discuss the movie with him as it went on, it made it, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not blowing bullshit, this is probably one of my favorite theater experiences I've ever had seeing a movie. And I think that just added to it, because now whenever I watch the movie, I will have that with me forever.
Sure.
You know, we did have six or seven people leave our theater. They did walk out.
That's because people bring kids into that, and it's why.
I'm gonna tell you now, this movie is fucking
I would
graphic.
rather let a kid watch Sausage Party than that. Yes, it is.
It's very graphic. I'm talking
When you say
grade A graphic.
when you think of graphic before you go see this movie, add more to that, and then you're about where it's at.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. If you think
It's disgusting.
if you think the Saw kill in the first one was bad, that's like fucking Disney shit compared to what goes on in the second one.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just say that some people in this movie meet very unfortunate, drawn out ends.
Yeah, that's the thing too. When you think they're dead, Art comes back and they're like, no, they're not dead.
there's-
They're not dead enough yet.
There's some snuck in like comedic elements. It's really
That's true. Like some of the
mashed potatoes
the
thing.
kills are over the fucking top that it makes it funny. That's what I love. One of my favorite moments in the theater was, you remember the girl was sitting.
Maybe that's why they do it, because he's a clown.
That's
It's like
fair.
over the top kind of.
I get that.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you remember that girl that was sitting kind of in front of us to the left, and
sorta.
and there was the dream sequence where the Tommy gun gets brought out and he mows down everybody.
Oh my god.
And literally the girl in front of us, she goes,
Yeah, like that uneasy laugh.
there's so much of that shit that goes on in this movie that it does bring more of a story to Art. Like there's a lot of supernatural stuff going on. And I did just watch an interview with the director the other day where he said, yeah, they left a lot of stuff for the third movie, because I do plan on making a third movie. And possibly a fourth. He doesn't know if it's going to be just a trilogy or we're going to go 4 movies.
Yes, that the next one will be graphic as well.
I think they're going to... The thing is, I don't know how they're going to
I'm wondering if
up the ante.
I'm wondering if that one guy's going to be alive at the first or the third one.
The guy lost his
Johnny
penis.
Dickless. Yeah,
This movie...
it's very unfortunate how he did.
There's one scene, I'm not going to give away what the kill is, but there's one scene in particular, let's just say it's one of the main girl's friends. She gets it fucking bad. And he just keeps going.
Yeah,
And then the poor mom walks in, and then she gets it about just as bad.
yeah, it's indescribable. You'll just have to.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't like violence, you don't like blood, gore, you name it, blood,
And it's
gore,
even
whatever.
greater because he never speaks.
Yeah, and he's got like this mime thing about him,
He
too.
essentially
that-
is a mom.
And let me just say, bro, the main character, your final girl, Serena, she fucking is awesome in this movie. She legit, she's probably one of my new favorite final girls, because she kicks fucking ass. Plus, they build up her character so much that you actually give a shit about her brother and
Her little brother looks like my brother in real life.
and
It's
it made
funny.
it so fucking funny. It just made it so damn
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, the movie. Don't go see this movie if you're very. This movie for me, even though they said it just graphic wise, I wasn't one of them people who was like. I think I'm just so desensitized to stuff that it don't bother me anymore.
It takes a lot to bother us.
But I'm not saying it's not graphic. This is probably the most graphic movie I've ever seen. But
Yeah, it's possible.
so we had something cool happen
Besides
before and after the movie.
society.
Well, so as we were going into the movie, I was wearing a Terrifier shirt. So this woman looked at me and Spencer, and I thought for sure she was just going to say something about, I didn't know if it was going to be like a mean comment.
Like we were too ugly to be there or something. Who knows?
I didn't know if it was going to be like a mean comment about my shirt or if it was going to be whatever. But she comes up to me and Spencer. She's like, hey, I just want to let you know my daughter is in this movie. And we were like, oh, that's awesome. And she was like, yeah, she plays this new character because I can't remember if it said she knew who David Howard Thornton was, the guy who plays Art, or the director. I can't remember. But she was awesome. They've announced her character now, so I can say it. She plays the little pale girl that Art sees throughout the movie. And she did fucking awesome. She's great throughout the movie. Like she pops in here and there, But even her makeup, she's creepy as fuck in the
We scored a
makeup.
picture.
And we got to talk to him after. Like, there was so many people that came up to her after. I was talking to her, and we got to talk to her and took a picture. And it was just cool, man. It was just another one of the things that added to the experience, and it was so cool. And now I saw where she's doing fucking cons and shit now. Like, in a month, she's going to be at some of these cons, and so we got to meet her before all that. So
That's true.
yeah.
I guess that's probably why it didn't feel like we were meeting a celebrity, just because there wasn't,
True.
But it was really cool because you didn't have to deal with like the crowd,
It was cool because once people figured out it was her, more and more people came out wanting pictures and stuff, and they were like, dude, it was so Here's the thing about this movie that I thought was so cool. Dude, her mom and her grandparents, and keep in mind what movie this is.
I wouldn't want to have any grandparents watch that movie.
They were there supporting her in this movie. Granted, the disgust and the violence and all that shit that goes on in this movie, they supported her and they were just so happy and excited for her. And that makes my heart happy because I'm like, I love seeing people live their dream and I love seeing people being supported by it. So despite the movie, I love the fact that even her grandparents, like both sets of grandparents, came out to see this movie. I just think that is awesome. Yeah. And I love the woman out in the parking lot when she was like, I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. And you just looked right at her and you're like, yeah, I think that's the point.
Yeah.
But before we end on this movie, I just want to say real quick that it's really important what this movie's been doing because it's a low budget movie. I'm talking low budget movie.
Pushing the boundaries of things.
It had no marketing whatsoever. It's unrated, and it was going to play for one weekend, and due to word of mouth, it played a second, third, fourth. Now it's in its fifth weekend now, and it's playing Halloween weekend, and it's playing the most theaters that it's played since it's started. And the fact that a movie can do that's like this, that shows you that fucking horror fandom is badass, and
maybe we should make a movie.
That is awesome. So I think they've already made $5 million the last time I checked. They've already made 10 times their budget of this movie.
That's insane.
And that's with no marketing. That's just pure word of mouth. So movies like this don't get made for the cinema anymore.
Right.
They usually go straight to VOD or some shit like that. So the fact that we got to see it in the theater, it's playing in the theater, which, if any of y'all are interested, this episode will be out on Monday on Halloween. It is currently playing in Hickory now, finally. So if you are in that area, go fucking see it because it's
the poster
awesome.
You got too. It says "Who's laughing now?"
I love that poster. I don't know I can't remember what artist designed that poster, but I fucking loved it. I got another
gives me hope
thing on the way.
Wouldn't it be sweet if we made a movie one day?
I would love to make a movie.
I want to make something like that Splinter movie. You ever seen it?
That'd
you ain't seen it, have you?
I caught the first hour of it on. It's on like Pluto TV or something the other day. And
we
I
need
was
to
watching
watch
it.
that. That's another great body horror underrated top movie.
I feel like if we could do a movie, we could do one that takes place in one location because that's cheaper that way. We just have to keep the story, you know what I'm saying, interesting enough to keep going.
And
but I was just gonna say
some adequate acting.
Well, and a good script. But yeah, dude, Terrifier, I fully recommend it. It's just awesome. Like, it's 2.5 hours long, which is like twice as long as the first one. The first one wasn't even it was just a little over an hour. But dude, it flies. It goes by because you're so invested in the story, what the hell's gonna happen. It's really good. I like I said, I gush about it a lot. This and another movie I want to talk about in a minute is probably my 2 favorite horror movies of the year. But because this real fast, this is probably like theater experience wise, this one's gonna be hard to beat. But hit me, brother. Go see Terrifier.
Yes,
if you know who you are and you don't like violence. I mean, if you do like violence,
even if you don't, give it a shot.
Bring your whole family. It's a great family film.
Just don't eat a big meal before you go.
No, fucking me and Spencer wolfing down popcorn throughout the whole way.
Yeah. I could eat watching almost
He gave me the thing. He's like, here, you eat during the disgusting parts.
What?
Also, real fast before we move on, if anybody is interested in this movie that doesn't get to go see it in the theater, it is going to be streaming on a streaming platform called Screambox. It's like an exclusive for there on October 31st, so the same day this drops. If you're interested, Terrifier 2 will be on Screambox. It's kind of like Shudder. If anybody's got Shudder, it's like $5 a month, and it's nothing but like, horror stuff. So just wanted to throw that out there real fast.
All right, here we go. What did wealthy 19th century families like the Blackers hide in the title room of The Disappointments Room, 2016?
Oh, that's the movie with Kate Beckinsale. I didn't watch it because I heard it was terrible. So I don't know.
There was a movie with Kate Beckinsale and you didn't watch it.
I know, right? I wanted to see it just for her because she is fine, but I didn't. I don't know. I didn't watch it because I heard it was god awful. Is it her? What are they hiding in the room? Is it her son? I know the premise of it, but is it her son?
I'm sure there's more to it, but can you elaborate?
Is it like what people like failed during their life? If that makes sense, like what?
No.
Okay, yeah,
I'm okay. I don't know, it says disabled or afflicted children.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, because yeah, she loses her son and sees her son and all that shit. Okay, that makes sense.
Rock star Sting portrayed what famous scientist in The Bride, 1985?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know.
That would be Dr. Frankenstein.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
What ends up killing the murderer in Shredder, 2003?
Is that the one where he falls through the fucking?
I've never seen that.
It's not where he falls through the fucking. What do you call it? I've seen so much of them. They fucking start to blend together after a while. It's not the one where he falls through the damn like. What do you call the thing? The thing you put trees in. It grinds the damn trees and shit up.
Like a wood chipper?
Yeah, something like that. It's not that. It's like
I
a
don't know. I've
grinder.
never seen it.
Like a grinder or something like that. Is that one? Probably wrong.
Is that what your answer is?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
No, the correct answer is Shredder.
Fair enough.
I love those.
Fair enough.
What role-playing game is based on the Cthulhu myths and named after an early H.P. Lovecraft short story?
Wait, say that again?
What RPG is based on the Cthulhu myths and named after an early H.P. Lovecraft story?
RPG, like a game?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I've actually played it, if it's the recent one.
Oh, shit. Based on an H.P. Lovecraft. Is it a game I would know? Have we talked about the game before, ever? Not just
I may have
here.
mentioned it a long time ago, but
Does it have something to do with, like, in the sea? Like Cthulhu or anything like that?
yeah.
Fuck, I can't think of a name of a game that has that. Call of Cthulhu.
That's correct.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I didn't think he was going to get that. Very good.
Wow.
What does Bruce Campbell's character Sebastian Haff claim to be in Bubba Hotep 2002?
Fuck, that's that
we
same
need to
one.
watch
That's
that.
the same fucking one we had earlier. Claim to be zombie.
Correct answer is Elvis Presley. We need to watch that.
Yeah, we'll have to add that one to the list.
What book leads Marcus to uncover the killer behind a decades-old murder in Deep Red, 1975?
Fuck, that's another Giallo movie. I haven't seen that movie in ages. What was the question again? What book?
What does that stand for?
It's like Italian horror.
Oh, okay. What book leads Marcus to uncover the killer behind a decades-old murder in Deep Red?
The Necronomicon.
Nice guess. That would be The House of the Screaming Child.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long fucking time.
Let's see if I can beat one, which I didn't last time. Perfect.
Okay, you might get some of these. During what war does the Devil's Backbone take place? I love how we all get the same question from the same movies.
During what war? Civil War?
I'll give it to you. It's the Spanish Civil War, but you're close enough. I mean, Civil War.
Those are actually two different events, but
I don't care. You still
okay,
said Civil War. I don't give a fuck.
take the credit.
We're very lenient on trivia games.
That's it, yeah.
If we're playing like me, Joey, him, and his wife, we're all, we're very lenient. What director made both Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Dirty Harry?
Clint Eastwood?
Don Siegel.
Did you know that?
I didn't know he did Dirty Harry. Okay, what 1960s Italian film was an
Adaptation.
Adaptation, thank you. Adaptation of the short story. I can't even say that.
Oh God.
The Vij by Nikolai.
How do you spell it?
The Vij. The Vij?
The
Vij?
Vij. What was the question again?
What Italian horror film was an adaptation of the short story?
Italian horror film.
It's a good one. I've seen the movie.
Is it recent?
1960.
Oh, that's not recent.
Think of a color and a day of the week. Let me just put them together.
Black Wednesday.
You're close.
Oh shit! Is it Black Tuesday?
Black Sunday.
That's when I was. God damn it!
You'll probably get this one. And to what M. Night Shyamalan film was Split a sequel to?
Unbreakable.
Boom. Which of the following is not a monster in the underground? Oh, in the underground, in the cabin in the woods. A zombie, ninja, unicorn, or merman?
Ninja.
Boom. Got it. The two detectives in Seven are played by Brad Pitt and what other actor?
God, every question's 7.
I know.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Can we switch piles of cards?
I was gonna say I haven't looked at this, so you can do this for me this time.
Okay.
And then this is the last. This will be the last question. We'll end, then we'll finish up. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
By the way, I'm winning 3 cards to 0.
How many days? Okay. How many days each 23rd spring does the creeper come to hunt for body parts?
That'll be 23 days.
Boom. Gotcha. What key?
Preferably the old creeper and not the new
Yeah,
one.
well, we can talk about that too. What key is fatal to Demon's host when inserted into the chest in the comic Lock and Key?
What key?
Yeah, what key is fatal to a demon's host?
The heart key. I don't know. The master key.
The alpha key, which is pretty much a master key.
That's gay.
In the 1963 novel The Collector, what insects does Clegg collect? Talk about a fucking tongue twister.
I'm gonna say butterflies.
Fuck, that was a good guess. You
What
got
is
it.
Oh, really?
That was it.
That's crazy.
What diary do the Monster Squad have to translate in order to find a magical amulet in the Monster Squad?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I don't know.
Dr. Abraham Van Helsing.
Oh, nice.
In trying to recreate a unique scent, what type of girls does John Baptiste kill in Perfume: The Story of Murder? Oh, that's easy. It's who's killed in every fucking movie. It's type of kid that's killed in every fucking movie.
Cheerleaders.
In a way, teenagers.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. I've got 2. See if you can get you at least 1 card here. No, I got it.
Oh.
From yours already.
Oh, you did? Okay, shit. Hit me, Doc.
This is crazy.
Fuck, I'm already fucked. This is not.
No, you might not.
This does not make me look good in this light at all.
To be fair, neither one of us look good in any light.
Fair.
Just messing, ladies. We're actually good looking. All right.
Spencer more than me, but you know.
What is the name of the ghost that protagonist Carlos sees in The Devil's Backbone 2001?
Name of the ghost? Fuck. Can I just tell you who directed it?
Wow. It'd be fun if you were on like a game show and you said that.
The name of the ghost. That Carlos sees.
Yep. Come on, Mike. You got this. You can beat me on 1 card at least.
Do I have to give the full name or just the first name?
It's just 1 name. By the way, I can't wait to play this on with a larger
people?
time limit. Yeah.
And the board.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Trying to think of a name.
No, I won't do that.
Please. Fuck, what's his name?
There's a calculator down there.
Diego. I was trying to think of his.
You're thinking of
trying to think of a
Go Diego Go.
I was trying to think of a Spanish name.
It is Santi.
Yeah.
Or Santi, whatever. What lead actor from the original 1956 film had a cameo in Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1978?
Oh shit!
This is obscure.
What actor in the original had a
Yep.
cameo in the remake.
Yep.
Fuck, I just know Donald Sutherland is in the remake. The original. Fuck, man, I can't even remember who's in the original. I've seen the remake more than I have the original. I think I've seen the original 1 or 2 times. Shit. Humphrey Bogart.
God damn. That is incorrect. The correct answer is Kevin McCarthy.
I was close, you know.
In Black Sunday, Italian, this is what I was like, this is crazy. Like every card is like the same.
Weird.
In Black Sunday,
There's more Giallo films out there.
1960, Princess Asha Vahida is a follower of whom?
The Barbara Steele character.
In any film about horror and people
Okay.
follow somebody, who is it usually?
A cult leader, a demon.
Like what entity?
What entity do they follow?
People follow them right now.
A cult? That's all I can think of is like a cult leader.
Correct answer is Satan.
Fuck. That would make sense. Yeah.
Kept trying to lead you down the path. You kept
Yeah. that
trying
figures.
to keep going in the woods.
Yeah, it's all right. That's how it goes.
In A Tale of Two Sisters, South Korean, 2003. Have you seen that?
It's been a long time.
What is the relationship between Ian Zhao and Sue Mi?
Is it brother sister?
No. Stepmother, stepdaughter.
I couldn't remember if it was the fucking brother sister or the damn that.
You gotta get these last two. In The Cabin in the Woods, 2012. How often must the ritual sacrifice be performed to appease the evil gods?
Damn, dude, I can't remember that. 10 every 10 years.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is annually. Annually. Sorry, excuse me.
I was like, did I watch the same movie?
All right, so I'm going to win the trivia, but just for shits and giggles. Protagonist Aaron in Your Next, 2013,
Great movie.
grew up on which of the following? A military base, survivalist compound, or an avocado farm? What a weird third choice.
I want to say it's the first one.
Military base?
Yes.
Damn, Mike. Correct answer is survivalist compound.
Fuck, that's the one my heart was with at first, and I was like, fuck, no, maybe it's the army base one. Oh, well.
Well,
We tried.
I'm disappointed in you. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's
So
about
a lot of those were obscure as crap. I just got
Yeah, like I
lucky
said,
with
normally
some.
doing trivia is a lot easier for me, especially horror trivia, because they give me shit all the time about how much I know. But after listening to this, I don't think that that's going to be the case. Everybody's going to be like, this dude don't know fucking shit about horror.
No, he does. It's mostly directors, but
I mean, I know weird,
A lot of
obscure
those-
facts too about movies.
what I was gonna
and
say, I
shit.
think about those cards is like they're. I think there's a few of them in a row that have like the same
Yeah.
movie, and then it goes to like a different movie.
Did you shuffle these?
I did, but not before we just used
okay,
them.
that's fair.
I played with them
That's fair.
briefly at a friend's house.
That's all right.
It was fun though.
Real quick, before we have to wrap up this episode, I want to say there's a movie that I want to show you guys that if we get together, hopefully tomorrow. I've talked about it nonstop since I've seen it. It's like I said, it's in competition with Terrifier. A movie called Barbarian.
Yeah, I seen you post something about that.
I'm not going to give anything away because, one thing, I don't want to ruin it for Spencer and Joey or whoever else. But this is a movie, the less you know about going in, the better it is. All I'm going to tell you is that
Is that Conan in it?
Bill Skarsgård's in it.
Is Conan in it?
Conan.
The Barbarian?
The Barbarian. No. It's about this girl who goes to rent an Airbnb and Bill Skarsgård is already there. So, like, they try to figure that out and just shit goes and play. It's all kinds of
Okay,
twists and
yeah.
turns and shit. And Justin Long
You
is
own
in it. It's on HBO Max now.
Okay. I like how your little touch thing. Welcome. Let's talk about horror movies.
Thank you.
Perfect. It's a good fitting for today.
But that movie,
Really Godparent.
that movie, it has you question a lot of things. Like when you first meet Bill Skarsgård, it has you question a lot of shit about him. And then it makes you go back and forth. You're like, well, maybe it's not. And then you're like, well, maybe it is. And then it's the same thing when you meet Justin Long. You're like,
That'd be a good movie for us to watch with Joey because he also has some kind of innate ability to guess
True.
shit.
but you think that's the cool thing. I look at it this way. There's 3 acts to that movie. And without giving anything away, when something fucking punches you right in the face of a moment, it cuts to something else and starts something new.
Wow.
And you're like, it's almost like you're listening to a record, and midway through the record, someone just and like switches the side of the record over. It's very, it's sudden, but it's so fucking good. And I don't want to give anything away about the movie.
Yeah.
But it plays with the same thing as Justin Long. When you meet Justin Long's character, it's like, is he a good guy? Okay, well, he kind of redeemed. Well, I don't know. It teeters that line very well for everybody. Great fucking movie.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out either tomorrow if we get together or sometime.
Yeah. Real fast rant on this because it's going to piss me off. Fucking Disney owns this movie because they bought
They own everything.
They bought 20th Century Fox, and this is a 20th Century Studios movie now. You fuckers, fuck you, Disney. They come out the other day. They're not sure if they're going to release this movie on physical media. Fuck you, and fuck you.
awful.
As a fucking collector, and the fact that this is one of the best horror movies that's come out in recent years, fuck you and your mother.
Lay. You heard it here, folks. Mike hates Disney.
That shit, this is why fucking Disney does not need to own shit.
That's all, bitches.
That shit pisses me the fuck off. And now you can only buy it. There's rumors that you're like, well, we might release it eventually. Nah, fuck you. As the physical media whore in me, go fuck yourself. You better release this fucking movie. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find a fucking bootleg copy somewhere.
Well, switching gears here.
Sorry, that was a quick rant.
That's funny, though. Right there. Fuck you and fuck your mother.
I've been holding on to that since I found that out.
I was just thinking about kind of an obscure movie that came out
Real
at
fast.
least 20 years ago.
Barbarian is on HBO Max and VOD. Check it out. Continue.
I was thinking about this really obscure movie that I seen as a child that really stuck with me, and I want to see it again with friends. It's called Darkness Falls.
I just bought that on my Vudu a couple weeks ago because it was on sale.
Very interested to see. I seen it one more time in the past 10 years, but I think it came out in like 2004 maybe.
Yeah, you talked about it in the first Halloween episode we did.
I think we should get together and watch it. I just want to see if it's like as scary.
That'd be cool because I don't remember shit about it either.
I remember the main character and villain.
I remember the villain, but I don't remember shit what happens in it at all.
It's I know the first part is like this tooth fairy entity kills this kid's family, and there's a great scene at the first of it that stuck with me. The weakness of the entity is light, apparently.
That's right.
And there's a great scene, at the first of the movie where his parents have been killed. Either he only either had one or two. They've been killed by this entity after they, told him everything's going to be all right. And it's him sitting in a completely white bathroom, lit up, huddling, scared to death. And it pans out, and as you get to the outer edges, you see the entity hanging over the
that's cool.
over the top of the
Like
bathroom door, waiting to see if he'll come out.
That's cool. Like pans into like a white.
And
shot.
as a kid, like an 11-year-old kid, that's freaky.
I get that. That's fair. I understand that.
Haven't lost a tooth since.
Did you hear about that movie that came out earlier this year that had Ethan Hawke in it called The Black Phone?
I've been wanting to check that out, but I haven't watched
That's
it.
another one I want to show you and Joey. Fucking Ethan Hawke. Perfection. It's the same director who did Sinister. Which Sinister is one of my favorite horror movies too.
Okay.
He plays like the grabber, and it's a great movie. And that's another rant. Fucking when that movie came out, everyone's like, this movie fucking has to do with the devil, and he eats children. No, he doesn't. He doesn't eat the fucking kids. Did you even watch the movie?
Who was that impersonator?
Bro, there was this Facebook video that blew up. That was this woman. She's like, this movie is Satan. If you watch this movie, it fucking invokes Satan and has him, it conjures him because this is a guy who kidnaps and eats children.
This is probably
And I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
This is probably the same lady that'll sit there and watch like Rosemary's Baby and think it's okay.
And that movie's worse.
Yeah,
That movie's worse. You got a chick being raped by actual Satan and fucking Rosemary's Baby. So don't give me that shit. It's like the same shit I was telling you guys last night about the chick in Hocus Pocus. The chick that went on the rant about Hocus Pocus. She's like, anything that you see on TV conjures out into your real life. If that's the fucking case, my whole house would be infested with demons and God knows what else with the amount of horror shit that I watch in here.
You know what would be the worst horror movie thing to come to life in your place would be like Puppet Master.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because look at all these pops. Could you imagine them coming to life? Bro?
That would be hilarious. They reminded me of the shit.
Or that.
That's fair. Or
Yeah.
Chucky.
Hey, I worked with a client and
Yeah.
their daughter had one of those.
Like an actual
Yeah.
good guy doll
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
thought it was. I don't think. Does that one talk?
No.
Do any of them talk?
Some of them do.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, Puppet Master, like you'd be dead.
Yeah, it'd be like
Or
that.
Small
What was that?
Soldiers.
What was that shit
Remember
on?
Small Soldiers? It wasn't a horror movie, but that was great.
What was the shit on Krampus? You know, like all the
All
little
organized
toys.
scum must die. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the shit on Krampus, like all the little toys and shit, like the little like elves and Jack in the Box and all
Oh,
that shit
yeah,
came to life.
Krampus.
That's how it would be.
I actually liked that movie. I liked that caterpillar thing. That was freaky.
I like Krampus, but I like Trick or Treat better. It's the same director that did both. I really like Trick or Treat. I really like Krampus, but yeah, Trick or Treat was.
I prefer Final Prayer. Bro, the ending of that, you remember how mad Joey was?
Yeah.
He was just like, this is stupid.
This fucking sucks. Other movie I got to talk about.
But
real
that's 90% of the movies we watch.
Yeah,
with
that's
him.
fair. That's fair. From coming from a guy who can't feel feelings. The other movie I got to talk about, and there will be spoilers in this, just so you know, because I don't think Joey, Spencer, anybody cares. The last Halloween movie, the newest one that just came out, Halloween Ends. I haven't got a chance to talk about this movie.
Oh, God.
I've heard divisive shit since before this movie even came out, and I had a guess of what was going to happen. Some of it happened, but I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't walk out of this movie fucking despising it like everybody
Like
else
the last
did.
three.
I didn't really care for Kills. I thought Kills was okay, and 2018 is the best of the three, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm very middle of the road on this movie. All right from the beginning of this movie, you can kind of tell it's going to be different. You know what I mean? Like the music's different. The font is different. It's very Halloween 3, like esque to it. And so you start out with this new guy named Corey Cunningham who accidentally kills this kid on Halloween night who's babysitting. And essentially it goes from there. So he's deemed as like this kid murderer and all this stuff, and he's being bullied and picked on, and meanwhile Michael Myers is nowhere to be found for the majority of this movie. I don't think he shows up to like 40 minutes in, maybe 50 to when you first see him. I can't exactly remember. That's just what I've heard. It's like 40 minutes or something like that, 40, 50 minutes. And the whole stuff with Laurie is kind of confusing to me. It's like she spent 4 years, it's like this 4-year time jump. And she went from 2018 and Halloween Kills, who she was this fuck yes, I'm coming after Michael no matter what, to this person that's like, oh, it's all good, I'm just gonna move away and start decorating for Halloween and have these traditions and stuff, even though he just killed my daughter in the last movie. But shit happens, I guess. I don't know, it's just weird. Like, it's really weird. I mean, I understand this movie is trying to touch on how Laurie finally got help and she's dealing with her trauma and all that stuff, and because of that she's finally happy. And I do like Laurie more in this movie because she feels more like a human being, and I like what direction they took her. Where in Kills, the dialogue and stuff in Kills was very bleh, and I'm so torn on this movie. I really don't know which way I feel, because I mean, it doesn't feel like a Halloween movie, but it does feel like a Halloween movie. Like, you mainly follow this whole stuff with this Corey character,
and like how he's being bullied and picked on. And then he finally finds Michael living in the sewer, and it's like Michael sees the trauma in him and like the stuff that he's done, and it's like that the evil transfers over to him. And I know they said the whole message of this story is supposed to be about how evil can transform and take different shapes and live on no matter what. And that's cool. I think as a standalone story, like if they went the Season of the Witch route, as a standalone story, I think it would have fit really well. But it's really weird to introduce this type of story and character in a movie that's supposed to be a final confrontation between Michael and Laurie. It's just a weird spot to put it, because all of the marketing, all three movies have led up to this. This is it. This is the end of their saga. This is the final battle between Michael and Laurie. And that kind of just takes a back seat and focuses more on Corey and his relationship with Allison, the granddaughter. And yeah, and spoiler alert, which is what I've been doing this whole time anyway with this movie, but the whole ending of their saga is over just like that. It takes place in the kitchen with like maybe a 10-minute fight sequence that's over and done with in no time. I know that Michael's old, and a lot of people are pissed off that they made him like super weak and stuff, but I know that didn't really bother me, because it's like, I know what's the word? He's very like, obviously he's older, 4 years have passed, and not only that, but he's dealt with, he took a lot of shit in 2018 and kills, so I'm sure over time that will affect your body, because remember, this is ignoring all the sequels. So, but it's just done and over with in no time. It's like she pins him down, or they have a little bit of a tussle, and she pins him down, slits his throat, slits his wrist. Allison breaks his arm, and then they throw him in like a trash compactor thing at the end, like a grinder that grinds him up. So I just feel like it was really quick, and this whole like big lead up to their whole final showdown was overshadowed by the whole Corey story, which I enjoyed the whole Corey story. I thought it was interesting, but just not for this movie. It just feels like a weird spot to put it. Plus, not only that, it feels like Corey's character is kind of wasted, because it's like you introduce this character, and then near the end, they just kill him. And it's like, well, what? I understand you want the whole thing of evil lives on, all that stuff, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, but you killed him. Unless it was good. I understand there was a different ending. I think there was 2 different endings, from what I understand. So I don't know, dude. I'm really torn. Like I said, I like it way more than Kills, but 2018 is probably still my favorite of the 3 of this trilogy. Like I said, bro, this is the most divisive film I think I've seen in a long time. Like, this must be what people felt like when 3 came out, and they went to go see it, and they're like, where the fuck is Michael Myers? So, I don't know, and I just don't like that they've, marketed this movie as this is going to be the end for them, and then that was just a complete afterthought. They were just like, we'll just throw that in the background. It's whatever. I felt like this was like a movie, almost like a movie by itself that didn't fit in with the trilogy, if that makes sense. And they should have like followed through the whole Corey thing with this movie, and then had another movie after for the whole Laurie and Michael thing. But I get it. What made sense. I still, to this day, don't understand why they did the 4-year time jump. I know David Gordon Green said it was because he needed time for Laurie to heal, because it would have been a fair battle between her and Michael, but I feel like in some movie magic way it would have worked out. But I don't know. Apparently the other ending of this movie had something to do with the Silver Shamrock from Halloween 3. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was going to have something along those lines where The factory, I think, was in the background or something to do with Michael, or that whole Silver Shamrock thing. And then the other one was there's a scene right near the end when they're fighting, when Laurie's got him pinned down after she stabbed all these knives and stuff in his hand and pinned him down, where he grabs her, and like it's doing the same thing that happened with Corey, where like he's seeing all the stuff where he's like trying to transfer the evil to her. So apparently that happens like normal, and then apparently I guess he did transform some evil to her, because then they were talking about the original ending was Allison was supposed to come back home or something, and Laurie like lets her in and apparently tries to strangle her and kill her or something like that. And I think that was one of the endings. I'm not one of these people that walked. Dude, there's people so pissed in the showing that I went in. Oh, they were pissed. And I had a feeling, like I had a feeling that the whole Corey thing would come into play. Because I heard rumors that Michael was going to die early on in the movie and Corey was going to take his place. But that's not exactly what happened. Fucking Michael kind of turned into this Mr. Miyagi character where he's just like, teach me. So he was like his sidekick for some of the movie. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, this is really weird. Like, it's really out there. But that's why I do really believe that it has a destined for a cult following, just like 3 does. And it'll find its audience. I just think it was really not what people were expecting and not what people were used to. So I like the guy who played Corey, but this just might be a me thing. He reminded me so much of like TJ Miller. Like, he could be like TJ Miller's brother. Like, maybe that's just me. But I was watching it and I was like, is that dude related to TJ Miller? Like I said, that's probably just a me thing. I have weird tics like that in movies and stuff, but I couldn't get that out of my head. Like, every time I was watching, I was like, this dude's like, just reminds me of TJ Miller. But as for the movie, like I said, it's not bad, but it's not great. And I just don't understand this trilogy. As someone who loves Halloween and even loves a lot of the bad sequels, and I know there's going to be people out there, you're not a true fan if you like this movie. I hate that shit. Same shit with Star Wars. Same fucking shit with Star Wars. I'm hoping in time, what I feel about it, I think I'm going to be in the middle of the road for a while. Because I don't like it, and I don't dislike it. So I'm right in the middle of the road. I hope that, as time goes on, I'll learn to lean one way or the other, but I think I'm going to be kind of stuck in that middle of the road for quite a while. But what you going to do? But I'm curious to see what they do next. Me personally, I would like to see them bring Danielle Harris back as Jamie Lloyd and see what they could explore with that. But I don't know what they're going to go with next, or how long it'll be before we get another Halloween. We might not get another Halloween movie. I don't know. This movie had a significant drop-off from the last movie. I mean, from the first weekend that it opened. Sorry, excuse me. Did really well the first weekend. Had an 89% drop-off second weekend. That's pretty bad for a movie. Now, I'm sure Peacock had a lot to do with it because it's also streaming on Peacock. And I'm sure a lot of word of mouth got around that people were like, this movie sucks, according to, depending on who you ask. Because like I said, there is a lot of pissed off people out there. That's really my thoughts on Halloween. I don't know. I know you and Joey haven't seen it, and I know you and Joey hadn't even seen Kills. I know you guys have just seen 2018, so I don't know. Thanks for letting me get that out. But yeah, so.
Does she unmask him?
There's a whole new trilogy. That's all they do is unmask his ass through the whole fucking time.
Under there?
It'd be a whole different movie.
It could be. He never speaks either.
That's true. Well, like I said, I'm very middle. I've watched this movie twice, and I'm very middle of the road. I'm leaning more on I do appreciate the differences between it, even though I sound like I just shat all over it. But this movie is the most divisive fucking film I've ever seen. Like, there's people being like, this is the greatest Halloween movie ever, and it's, fuck you, this movie ruined my life. It's literally like that. Don't get it.
I hate to wrap this, but we had to do a shorter episode than usual this time, but we wanted to make sure we got some content out for everybody.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Faithful listeners and everything. Thank y'all once again.
For real. Real quick before you go, anything you've been watching, checking out, listening to?
Yeah, me and I've got my little brother into Yu-Gi-Oh. We're kind of rewatching the series, and he seems to like it a lot. Me and him rewatch Power Rangers every now and then. I'm trying to think what else. Mostly I turn that on so I can have something on while I'm doing all my endless documentation, and he has something to watch.
Fair enough.
I still haven't watched Stranger Things. I need to get on that and
Please
some
do.
other stuff, but when I get time, I will.
I just finished that show on Netflix, The Watcher. It's based on that true story about the people move into this house and they receive these weird letters that somebody's watching them. It's pretty good.
The Witcher, that's another show I want to watch.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good too. I finished that on Netflix. Did I start anything else? No, I need to actually start something else. I've been listening to all kinds of music. New Make Them Suffer song's really good. New Fit for a King album is fucking great. Keith Urban dropped a new song yesterday. It's fucking awesome, which is, movie wise, pretty much everything we talked about. Fucking go see Barbarian. Go see Terrifier. It's playing now.
Go see
Smile for sure. Black Phone is streaming on Peacock. If you don't have the movie, it's on Peacock.
If you've never seen The Thing, watch The Thing.
That's true. It's a very good Halloween. Real quick, what's one good Halloween recommendation you give? Halloween movie recommendation you give to somebody?
Specifically this time of year?
Yeah, for to watch on Halloween night.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
It's a good one. I haven't seen it in a long fucking time.
It's more of a comedy than a horror, but I haven't seen that in such a long time. I remember watching that.
Watch Hereditary.
Hereditary
on Halloween. There you go.
That movie might mess with you, but yeah.
Hereditary. I would recommend, since we just talked about it earlier, I'd say Sinister. Sinister is a good one to watch on Halloween. That movie is creepy as fuck. That movie's creepy. Or Grave
Watch
Encounters.
The Haunted Mask.
That's good. Oh, I love Goosebumps, bro. I love Goosebumps. So good.
That's what would got me into masks in general. Those episodes, how grotesque those masks.
You
look.
can legit
buy
buy that mask now, the full green mask on Trick or Treat Studios. I'm very tempted to
How
buy
much
it.
is it?
Like $60-$70.
That's not bad.
And it looks great. It looks fantastic.
Send me the link to that.
Okay, I will. But yeah, again, we're so sorry on the lack of content, and we're so sorry this had to be a shorter episode. Spencer's on a time crunch.
And we're sorry that Joey couldn't make it this time.
That's true. We love you, Joey. Joey's going through some shit right now. Spencer had somewhere he's got to be.
We'll be back.
And so we were trying to, as much as we try to make them longer, we didn't get a chance to like we like to.
Tripod will be back at full strength soon.
We're so sorry for the lack of content. Life has just been fucking something else. I had
Kicking us in the balls
these last couple months. So Spencer, thank you for making the time to do it. We were going to do it last night.
Sir.
We went to Scarewinds, ran out of time. People had to
Too
work.
tired.
People had shit to do. I get it. It's fucking life. So we're so sorry for that. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it's shorter, but we still want to do a Halloween episode for everybody.
Appreciate all the loyal viewers for sure.
Appreciate you guys sticking around, and don't forget to check us out on all the new links we're on. You can click on the link tree. Check us out on YouTube as well. And hopefully I'm hoping we'll get together. I'm hoping within the next couple weeks.
Yep.
I'd like to do an episode with the three of us before I went to the beach, so I can have it out when I go. So that way there'll be something out. But
try to do a homage to Joey. Bye.
We'll see you guys next time, everybody.
See ya.